That's so dumb.
Are we gonna record now, Alex?
Should we record?
Yeah.
All right. Welcome, everyone, to
What a
Not That It
start.
Matters.
Yeah.
I am your host, Alex Panu.
I'll give it to you this time.
With me is my one-time guest, Nick Lanham. Hi, Nick. How you doing?
Hello. Happy to be here.
Happy to be joining this podcast for the first time.
Yeah, I'm really honored.
First time ever. Yeah, so you're a long-time listener, though, right?
Long time listener, first time caller.
So naturally.
Yeah, I know what are you gonna do.
So we that's a real deep cut
That's a real
for
deep
a
cut,
for a film that is unfinished that we are doing.
Is it?
Yeah, the naturally. It's from Benefits of Criminal Acts.
Oh, I was thinking naturally. What are you gonna do? Always a bridesmaid, never a bride.
Yes, well, that's
Another deep cut.
that segues us right into our road trip that we are fresh off the heels of.
That's true.
Yeah, so we haven't recorded a podcast in what, like 3 weeks, 4 weeks, something
it
like
would have
that.
to be.
We were on that road trip for probably like 12 days.
12 days total. Yeah.
That was a long motherfucking road trip.
Yeah, 30th to the 10th or 11th.
Yeah, so 2 days in Denver, 3 nights in Vegas,
Yeah,
4 days in LA, 1 day in the beautiful Albuquerque.
in the Kirk. We saw it all.
And then a 15-hour drive home to St. Louis.
Oh, the most precious drive. I just want to say the best part of that drive home was that wonderful toll stretch of Oklahoma.
Oh, gorgeous.
Yeah.
Just 5 tolls in a row that were all $5.
If I could give any advice to the people of Oklahoma, it is fuck each other and have kids so you guys can stop doing those stupid toll roads.
I would
Populate more.
I would say pray to whatever God you choose.
That's
and
true.
pray for more tornadoes.
Flying spaghetti monster.
Flying spaghetti, of course.
Pray to he or she.
Tornado of spaghetti.
Tornado spaghetti. Oh, that's a dream.
Dude, I'm on keto right now too, so any pasta
This is
and any
unacceptable.
sweets sounds so good.
Do you want to say what I just told you was sitting in my kitchen when you're like, I'm going to get a drink? And I was like, you can see how many carbs I've been having.
Yeah, I walked in the next kitchen and he had a dozen Krispy Kreme donuts, and they are fresh.
Well, I just want to say I bought them last night, and I think I've already eaten 8 of the 12. But that's also not counting the fact that I bought
Yikes.
2 vanilla Long Johns as well.
Were both the guys named John, or
Yeah,
you just assumed?
took 2 Long Johns to completion.
To completion.
That's right.
Yeah, so you want to talk about kind of the shit we did on our trip?
Yeah. All right. Let's start with.
Let's go in reverse chronological order.
Okay. Okay.
Albuquerque.
Let's do. Let's start from the beginning.
Okay.
Captain's log, day 1.
Day 1, hour 1.
They still don't know I'm not one of them. Well, yeah. So we.
Nick's played
Yeah.
a full hour of emo punk from the 2000s.
That's true. Yeah. So we left. I left St. Louis and picked up Alex and his significant other,
Betrothed.
Yeah, his betrothed. This is news for you. This is how he's.
Hope you're listening.
Oh man, if you proposed over a podcast,
Oh my God, she would literally murder me.
she'll do that eventually, but it should be for a better reason.
Yeah.
We left St. Louis, and I picked up Alex and his girlfriend in Kansas City. We went to Denver that night.
Yeah.
That night we
saw the infamous String Dusters.
infamous String Dusters.
Yeah, we our cousin was our Denver Sherpa for the for the couple days.
Yeah.
And yeah, we got really high, went to an arcade bar.
Yep.
Played like old school Pac-Man, Game of Thrones pinball.
Yep.
And then saw a fucking jam band in
Like a
Denver.
jam bluegrass band.
Yeah, it was fucking awesome.
But they're kind of proggy. I mean, they're playing some like real difficult stuff. It's not like Fish or any of them. Where Trey Anastasio is great or any of those guys, but like they're not like shredding. Those dudes were like the dude was like shredding a banjo.
Yeah, what was that other thing that guy was playing? Like
dobro.
Yeah, dobro.
It's like so if you picture
Steel
like a
guitar,
like a lap steel guitar,
but
standing.
parallel to the ground.
And it's like a full like hollow bodied guitar. It's not like a lap steel where it's just strings on a stand.
Yeah. That was super cool.
They're incredible. The next day what did we do?
Well, the next day we went to a bunch of breweries. So this is New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
And then Nick decided that he didn't want to go to the concert that Brandy and I were going to.
And I saw an old friend that was nice briefly. And I stayed in. and I drank a lot, and I watched The Magicians
By yourself.
while it counted down to New Year's Eve.
Did you have a cry and a jerk?
I was gonna say simultaneously.
Of course.
I also tended to my wound because I had like gashed my leg on a truck.
Nick drove us to this hotel that my cousin and his friends were staying at. And as he was getting out, he fell out or he slipped down a hill and hit his leg on a truck hitch.
I slipped down something that could barely be defined as an incline, or like a decline.
It's like a 2 foot difference.
I don't know. I bet like 2 inch.
Yeah.
And I just slipped down something that's barely considered not flat.
Yeah. And then you went home.
I did. Yeah. I was sad.
And
so
then,
I went home.
and then Brandy and I went to the string cheese incident for the first time, which is like a kind of a fish adjacent band a little bit.
Like a trippier jam band.
Yeah. It's like real heady, crazy light show.
Yeah.
Did a little Molly.
Oh.
Yeah, had a good time.
Yeah.
Dude, that concert was so crazy because like the entire time I just remember feeling like, because I don't like big crowds at all, and there was probably like 10,000 people at this concert.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, it was a full arena,
massive.
packed.
Yeah.
And so I usually get like super anxious around all those kind of people, but I was like, I felt no anxiety whatsoever. I was like, I just feel love all around me. It's great.
Yeah, I think
it was super fun. And I just jammed out. That concert started at 8 a.m. or 8 a.m. It started at 8 p.m. That would be fucking nuts. It started at 8 p.m. and went till 1:30. It was a 5.5 hour long concert.
Yeah, because I remember I had no idea how you guys were getting back. And I was going to bed because we had to leave at like 6 the next morning to get to Denver. Or to get to Vegas, sorry. And Alex called me at like 2 in the morning and was like, "Can you come pick us up?" And
well, dude, Ubers were $80.
New Year's Eve, though.
Yeah.
You had to know.
Yeah,
but at the same time,
thinking.
yeah, well, the same time.
And we already dropped. I mean, those concert tickets alone were like $100.
Dude,
it was super worth it. We're talking about going back next year.
I mean, I will put it this way though: the Dusters were a much better value.
That is true.
But then the next morning, I picked their crazy asses up, and then we went to sleep for a few hours. And then the next morning, we drove for 11 hours.
Yeah, to Vegas.
From Denver.
Drove through Utah, which was just nothing.
I mean,
just
mountains,
snowy nothingness.
Like but all the mountains are like in Utah are often like the distance. So it's not like Colorado where you're like, oh wow,
it's like
right
great.
there.
It's like the Great Plains of the West.
It's like looking at really awesome portraits, but like you just drive it.
Yeah,
it's like you're on one of those car conveyor belts, and there's just a really nice portrait.
Well, they know it's so shitty too because like the speed limit's 85.
They're like,
you
get
can
out.
just barrel through.
We know you want to.
State.
Yeah. But stop in Salt Lake.
Dude, that was one of the worst hangovers I've ever had in my entire life. Which is really saying something.
And it was one of my favorite things because making Alex unhappy is I get a unique sense of pleasure. And he was just really like it was one of my favorite things is when somebody's just trying really hard to be patient with someone, and he was very like hungover and tired and like obviously like grumpy, and I literally was just needling him with the most annoying shit I could possibly do, and he was so like,
was that when we ate at Subway? Was that day too?
No. Yeah, it would have been.
It was, yeah. And Nick just kept being like, "Hey, you used to that thing?" And I was like, "What?" He's like, "No, it's just like that thing over there." What are you trying to say? And he just kept doing it.
No, I would
and
point
me earnestly wanting to know what he was talking about, and he was talking about nothing.
Every time I'd go, "What's that over there?" And he'd go, "What?" And I'd be like, "What?"
But the most exhausting thing in the world. But
that's also the only day I did that because I knew you were just you had no chance to defend yourself,
dude.
And it was so worth it. I've never been so happy.
It was brutal.
Thank you for that. That's the best gift you could have given me for Christmas.
Yeah, and then we ended up in. I mean, for my money,
we ended up in Vegas.
For my money, the worst city in America.
I wouldn't go back.
Oh fuck no.
Well, I'd go back.
I might.
I would have to be like significantly more wealthy to go back.
yeah.
Like
It's just a land of opulence and luxury.
because we walked in and we were like, oh, in Vegas.
Yeah.
And we were like, we walked in and we were like, how much are we going to lose? We were talking like $150, $200. And then we like Alex stayed up till like 6 in the morning, like one night gambling.
The last night I played roulette in our
dude.
hotel until like 6 in the morning, and I was playing roulette with this guy named Keith, who was like Southern and was just sitting at the table with $7 fucking grand in front of him.
Hey Keith, how's it going?
And
I'm sure he's listening.
There's what's up, Keith?
In that amount of time, you might have told him.
I probably did. Actually, I don't know. We were winning so much money at that table.
Yeah.
And I really wasn't. He more was, because he just had so much money to burn.
Yeah.
That waitresses just kept coming over and trying to feed us as much booze as humanly possible, so we would lose it again.
I just want to say, so after that, Alex was trying to get back to the room. So here's the sequence of events. Earlier that day, he had already misplaced his own key, so he used my key when we went back in the room. Never gave it back to me. So one key's already gone. He and his girlfriend and I each had a key. We're down to 2 keys. Alex has them both. Like he lost one, another one went to him, and one is with his girlfriend. So Alex calls her at 6:30 in the morning and is like,
Let me in.
no, it's like, I'm lost on like I don't know how to get back upstairs. I don't know where my key is. You have to come get me.
Well, I couldn't use the key to get in the elevator.
Well, apparently you did, because you were on the 3rd floor.
No, I wasn't.
No, Brandy, or your girlfriend said that you weren't. You were on the 3rd floor, I thought, right?
No, I was still just on the casino level. I was hammered.
But the fun part is, regardless, you had a key.
Yeah, I had a key in my wallet the whole time. We found it. Did we find it in Albuquerque? Or once we got back to St. Louis?
I think L.A.
Was it in LA?
It was in L.A. All I know is I was on an edible that night, and I was no help. So, like, when you...
dude. You were very high.
I was very baked. THC hits me for some reason like a weird level.
So that night, me and her decided to go to. We were walking through Caesar's Palace, and some like random guy was like, "Hey, you want to come to a nightclub?"
Yeah.
So we said, "Yeah." And then I ended up going out there at like 11, and we are not nightclub people at all.
Yeah. None of us are.
We just walked in, and it was like that just thumping, shitty EDM music. Very dark, but then just like lights everywhere.
Ugh.
So we got one like $18 Jack and Coke a piece.
18?
Yeah, it was terrible.
American dollars?
American human dollars.
Are you saying that only Americans are humans?
Yes.
Yeah, no. Continue. I don't know why I even asked.
Yes. So we were there for maybe 20 minutes, just drinking our drink and laughing, because there was maybe 250 people there, and nobody was dancing. And the DJ was just super new. He's like fist bumping, like trying to play everything, and just nobody was doing shit.
Didn't you say there was like a small group of people like aggressively grinding?
Yes, there was. There was probably
like too much.
Yeah. There was probably some nightclub hand jobs going on for sure. Possibly
It's
some
Vegas.
public sex. Who knows?
Yeah.
But yeah, it was like
Wouldn't be shocked.
20 minutes. Then we got out of there.
Yeah, I just remember
It was the worst.
I remember you guys coming back, and I had spent like most of the time that you guys were gone on my laptop attempting. I started to watch The Magicians, but then the slideshow started on my laptop, and I just watched that for like an hour.
I didn't know that.
Of just pictures.
Oh my god.
And then I fell asleep. I was so stoned, and you guys came back.
And then sad times on that trip.
Dude, I thought I had a great time.
I know you did,
because I did some writing too. It was kind of nice.
Well,
but
you also you lucked out. You got to have like alone time.
Yeah,
like Brandy. Fuck it. Well, I'm gonna say her name.
No, your girlfriend.
So
trust me,
Brandy and I, like this whole week, like that we've been back, we've been like finding like moments just to like get away from each other.
Yeah,
because like I really need alone time.
Yeah,
and so by the end of that trip, I was burnt.
Dude,
I was completely burnt out.
And I felt bad because there wasn't any way for us to do that. Like I feel like, I don't know if it came through, but I tried a lot to be like you guys have your time, I'll be somewhere else. Like,
yeah, but we also just want to like, it's not even that. Like I just need to be away for like from.
That's
anybody.
There was no way that the three of us could really separate. You know what I mean? Without Ubering like everywhere. Like I Ubered. Well, I'll get to it. The day that you guys went to WB, that one was I Ubered, and it just was so much. Like,
WB for any non-industry people. Nick tends to tends to talk in acronyms that only people in the biz know.
Industry.
Yes. So we're talking about Warner Brothers Pictures, Warner Brothers Studios.
Yeah, you would know it by its famous water tower.
Yes.
Sorry, water tower.
Yes, where the Animaniacs chill.
Yeah. There's doing laps.
Yeah.
So yeah. Oh, and that I want to say that night in Vegas, Alex comes back, and I hope you realize now because you were very drunk. We sat up. This is before he'd gone back down to gamble. This is before he met Keith.
Yeah.
We had like an hour talk where we argued the same point. Like I didn't even realize we were arguing until we were kind of like, we weren't arguing, but we were like,
It was like an hour and a half long conversation.
Just like a diatribe between the two of us
about
where like
the Louis C.K. Parkland thing.
where we were arguing the same thing where it was like, yeah, maybe he should come back with something better. Like he can talk about
You can talk about whatever, but it's like
he's just not.
well, first off, address that you were jerking off in front of other comics.
Yeah, that's probably a good start.
Yeah.
But then also like he just doesn't seem like he's like clicked back into like where he was. But again, like a lot of comedians have made the point too. Like it was an unfinished bit. It should never have been released or even tweeted about.
No. Yeah.
So like you can't like while yes.
Well, it's like literally it's like going into like Jackson Pollock's workshop.
Yeah.
And then taking a Pollock that he's worked on for like a couple hours and then like releasing that and be like, this is the new painting. And everybody's like, what?
Yeah.
That's shitty.
It would be the same as if you gave somebody
it's not done.
like only like 6 weeks to write the script for Suicide Squad.
Oh,
whoops. Moving on. But
Is that really how long they had?
yeah, they gave David air, and then his cut. They like gave the trailer to the footage for the trailer to a different studio to cut the trailer, and then they were like, actually, you cut the movie. What a shitty life that dude lit. I mean, it was still
It's a
bad.
fucking
It would've been
hatchet
bad
job.
either way.
Still, it would have been way better. That movie's terrible.
All of them are bad.
Man of Steel's okay.
No, I mean like, I was thinking like the bad ones are really bad.
Oh yeah,
That's what I meant. Man of Steel.
Suicide Squad, Dawn of Justice, and then I'm not even kidding. My least favorite
Justice
movie
League.
in like 10 years.
Yeah.
I fucking hated it so much.
You and I disagree on that. Which
it's
is
a
the
pointless
worst
film
between Batman vs Superman and Justice League? Because it's clearly those are the two. Like Suicide Squad has enough in it where you're like, oh, okay, you're a movie for sure.
Yeah.
BVS. Don't fucking make a 3.5 hour movie and be like, that's the finished movie. If you make me cut anymore, I'll be ruining my film.
Yeah. And then release a 2.5 hour version.
Dude, fuck yourself. 210 minutes? That's what he would have done. 3.5 hours, right?
Yeah.
No.
I would have liked that I would have liked to actually see like his vision for it. I fucking watched the Watchmen Ultimate Cut.
Yeah, it's incredible.
That's 3.5 hours. It's amazing.
I think it's incredible. And 300's
movie.
great. But BVS, man, like I think the reason it like cuts deeper is probably because I get way too invested in that stuff, and I follow like every casting bit,
shit. You have multiple DC tattoos.
I do, yeah. So that's a good point.
You're very into DC.
Well, that'd be a really fake way to do it. Be like, I'm into it. See?
Oh yeah. Just because you have tattoos,
I have a Green Lantern and a Flash tattoo. I mean, you can trust me.
And you are getting a Batman tattoo.
I want to. That's the next one I'll probably get. But no, I was like, oh yeah. But I think that's why it cuts deeper is because we didn't know yet with Batman vs Superman. We were like, oh, this will be good. And then
it's like it's like the build up to Phantom Menace, like before it came out.
Yeah.
Because like you didn't know, like you're like, oh, it's the fucking prequels. George Lucas is doing 3 more Star Wars movies.
Yeah.
And you watch Phantom Menace and you're like, boo.
You're like, what is this?
It was terrible.
And I think the worst part for me,
still more redeeming than Attack of the Clones though.
Yeah.
Attack of the Clones is the most boring movie.
People always say like some combination of that original 6 when they used to rank them. I'm not going to add the new ones, but like when people would be like 5, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's the obvious last two.
No, it's 3, 2, 1, 2.
It's 3, 1, 2. Yeah. Well, and it's really like
the second one is it's like it goes deep into like politics and like it's all about
first one. First one's more political than any of them.
You think? Dude, the second one's pretty bad. Because then you go through like the love story of like what Anakin and Padme could have been, and
that's true. He gives that famous sand line.
The which line?
Where he's like, "I hate sand. It's coarse and it's rough and it gets everywhere." And she literally, Natalie Portman, to her credit, just somehow finds a way to look back and be like, oh yeah, like, you know, give like a really like an acting look. I literally would be like, what the fuck are you talking about, you idiot?
The whole idea of that is so fucked up because it's like Padme watches this little kid and she's like friends with a little kid, and then like
12.
No, she doesn't look 12.
Wait, Attack of the Clones,
she's
you're
like
talking
16.
about? Attack of the Clones?
No, in the first one, she's like 16, and he is like, he's like 6. Yeah.
Well, yeah, he's like 6. But...
Yeah, and then he grows up, and then she's like, oh, I want to suck that dick.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah. And then they're rolling around in a field all romantic.
Oh, that's the best part. I love that.
That's also the one where somebody's trying to kill her, too.
Yeah,
that's in the third one, right?
That's Attack of the Clones.
Is that Attack of the Clones?
Yeah, where she's in her she's in her
bed,
room, and they put those slugs to the window.
Yeah, that scene's actually kind of cool. That's one of the like redeeming scenes of that whole film.
Wait, the one where he jumps out the window?
When they're on like that big chase scene.
Yeah, and he's like, and like he.
I kind of like that. I like that chase scene.
It's all right, I guess.
Because remember, he like jumps down and like lands on it, and then she like kicks him off, and then old Ewan McGregor, like catches him out of the air.
Yeah,
it's kind of cool.
That yeah,
it's okay.
I have some okay memories of the one that the bit I liked the most was on Kamino, the cloning world, when like Obi-Wan has that fight with Jango Fett.
Oh yeah.
Because people always talk about how dope Boba Fett is.
It's all rainy and shit,
but Boba Fett is in the original trilogy. He doesn't do jack shit.
Boba Fett's is like a fucking idiot.
Yeah, he just gets eaten. That's the only thing he does.
You remember how he gets eaten?
Beheaded. So
somebody's like, Luke, behind you, and he just like turns around and he like bumps Boba Fett off the platform
of the walk the plank. Yeah,
he just gets bumped.
He just gets eaten by the Sarlacc.
He has a jetpack.
He literally has a jetpack.
He gets bumped off a platform and he's just eaten by a monster.
Yeah, he's just like, no.
So dumb.
Dude, I know. But, you know, they're going to do that Mandalorian show. And, like, that's what it's
a Mandalorian show.
You know that new Star Wars show?
Oh, yeah.
With the Viper as the Mandalorian. And they're going to have the same argument.
Pedro Pascal.
They're going to have the same argument about that. They're going to be like, oh, if it's Boba Fett, he better be the way I remember him. Like, I even have problems with the Luke in The Last Jedi, but people freak out because they're like, well, he didn't do a flip. He's not Luke. It's like, they're like, Boba Fett better do a flip.
I love The Last Jedi.
I know you do.
I really like that movie.
It's not as bad as I thought it was, but it's still, I have some problems.
Well, it's like a completely it's like a revamped version of the world.
Yeah.
I kind of like it.
Yeah, but that's my thing is like,
Force Awakens is still probably better.
Yeah, I think The Force Awakens is way better. But I think the
Last Jedi's got some cool ass elements though.
It's just a weird time in the middle of a trilogy to decide that's when you're going to redo it. Just felt weird. It felt like a weird departure from The Force Awakens. I think the thing that people do with that movie is they look at them as like separate entities. And they're like, well, The Force Awakens happened, and then we did The Last Jedi. It's two different things. And I'm like, The Force Awakens happened, and then we got The Last Jedi because of it, and it's continuing that story.
Yeah.
It's like Rian Johnson took like a hard, like, right turn, like, and just completely left behind what Abrams was trying to do. Like, Rey's parents are nothing.
Yeah,
Snoke's dead.
Yeah, so you remember all that. Can you just describe to people listening, like, that whole fucking weird setup of how all those scripts were written? Because it's real fucked up.
So, and this is obviously what you get from like the people that are connected to that stuff. There's nothing concrete, but this is what everybody says. So, basically, what happened was J.J. Abrams brought his scaffolding for what the new movies would be.
Yeah, the new trilogy,
like a layout for the next, at least the new trilogy, if not further down, and like was like, this is what it'll be. And Kathleen Kennedy, who runs Star Wars, like LucasArts, was like, okay. There's another example of a producer. She's like a president now of LucasArts.
Yeah.
But so then JJ's in pre-production and probably starting production on episode 7, and they hire Rian Johnson, fresh off of doing Looper at the time, to do episode 8. Yeah. And he's working on it separate of what JJ is doing.
Yeah. And then concurrently, like while they're in production, he's like, I don't know what that story is, but
I'll just go for it.
Yeah.
But the problem is the script for Rian Johnson's movie was done like finished after they had wrapped production on Force Awakens. So he had access to everything that was going to happen in that movie.
He just didn't want to change anything.
No. He just wanted to be the dude that really shook up Star Wars, is what I think.
Which, I mean, I think it's effectively done as a shakeup, but I mean, as a continuation of Force Awakens, it doesn't really.
Like,
I mean, it works, but it's not a true continuation.
Yeah. Like
it's like giant character shifts in the span of what would be like a month or two.
Just Luke living as like a hermit, just drinking milk out of a boob,
and then he's like
and just like diving across with
and then
a
like
stick.
then like this like mean badass who's like
a hologram.
Well, but he's also like he's like my one student who had all the power. I had to kill him.
He didn't understand why I was standing over him with my lightsaber.
He's like an assassinated fucking Kylo
his
Ren.
nephew.
It's like, what?
Yeah. He literally is like,
yeah, it's fucking his sister's kid.
Yeah, like it's just like that's the biggest thing.
How
for Luke.
awkward would Christmas be?
Yeah. Hey.
Okay,
Leia.
so I guess you guys are wondering where Kylo is.
Yeah.
He plops his head's on a silver platter.
He's like, here it is. He's holding him by the hair.
Yeah.
I feel like, or even if that whole thing went down where he just turned the lightsaber on and then turned it off, and Kylo's like, and then they have to go to Christmas the next time, and Leia's like, hey, Luke, we're really like, Merry Christmas, obviously. Or in that world, it's a celebration day.
Happy Life Day.
Happy Life Day. That's what it's
Life
Life
Day.
Day. Yeah.
I've seen the Christmas special.
Life Day, yeah. So obviously they're all celebrating with Chewie and his family.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, then what are his kids' names? It's like Dopey, Mopey.
I was going to say it's like Dinky and Wooly.
It's like the fucking, it's like Snow White's dwarf.
And then it's like his grandpa. And then there's like the grandpa that's like getting off to Wookiee porn.
Oh, yeah.
That's the best part. But Luke would like show up to Christmas.
He actually thought it was Wookiee porn. It was just porn from the 80s. It was just girls' bushes.
Well,
just so many bushes.
it was the 80s, you know?
Yeah.
Nair was new. But Luke would have to show up to Christmas, and Leia would be like, hey, let's just talk over here. Merry Christmas, or Happy Life Day, by the way. So Kylo was saying that you turned your lightsaber on when he was asleep. There's a few things. One, what were you doing in there when he was asleep? Two, why was your lightsaber with you? And three, why'd you turn it on?
And I'll be Luke.
Okay.
We don't have night lights. Just checking on them.
Yeah, see, that's fair. But I have the Force, and I can like kind of see the future.
Yeah.
And for some reason, I see you on this island with weird little ducks squeezing a big boob.
Yeah.
So,
Drinking booby milk.
yeah, maybe tell me the truth.
Oh, Jesus.
But yeah, well, so if you want to list those, like for people that don't know, they set up in these in the Force Awakens. The reason I find all of this so egregious is because they set up in the Force Awakens one of the main character, Rey, who are her parents, and like
It's like a big thing because she's like, clearly a powerful Jedi, kind of like the Return of the Jedi, kind of.
Yeah, and she has that memory of her parents dropping her off, like of her parents dropping her off, and it's like that they wouldn't have done all that if they didn't have an impactful person for that to be. I still think it was. I think it was originally supposed to be
Mace Windu.
Yeah, one-handed, one-armed Mace Windu.
Yeah.
No, my theory was always that she was like the first like youngling that Luke ever got. Back in the old Jedi, they had like the little tiny kids, like 3 or 4 years old, swinging lightsabers with Yoda.
Yeah.
That sounds like a really gross thing to be doing.
Swinging lightsabers with Yoda.
Yeah,
sounds like something they do at the Archdiocese.
They do know about the younglings.
Of course they do. Use a lot of lightsabers too.
Oh, they really do.
Yeah.
I think that was so Luke had that she was the first one. She was like 3, and when Kylo did all that, he got her out.
Sorry, let me go into my Pope character.
Oh God,
delicious.
You waited that whole time.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, but I think she was the last Jedi student, and he like got her out as like a baby and dropped her off to Unkar Plot.
Oh, my favorite planet.
He's played by Simon Pegg. Did you know that?
That's not a planet.
That is. What did
It's
you?
a person.
Unkar Plot.
Yeah, I said it's my favorite planet.
What person?
Unkar Plot. You said it's a person.
Yeah, but you just said
I thought
planet.
Unkar Plot was a planet.
You're just.
You go Unkar Plot. I go, that's my favorite
No, he
planet.
dropped her off that fat guy that has like full rations. That guy.
Oh, okay.
He's played by Simon Pegg.
So the new Jabba the Hutt.
He is the new Jabba the Hutt.
Okay.
If you want to buy
George
into that-
Lucas is a hack.
well, George Lucas didn't do 7 or 8 or 9.
I know, but still. He set it up.
He did it in The Return of the Jedi, one of the best movies ever made.
It's all a Christ metaphor. We get it.
Yeah. I laughed, but you're right. I don't even know. I don't want to talk about Star Wars anymore.
Yeah, I don't either.
So we're in Vegas.
Oh my God. Oh, Jesus.
So
Dude, that's all we have to talk about. Vegas. Vegas was pointless.
Yeah, it really just was not like.
It was 3 days of gambling and drinking. That was it.
I'd say the part where we were most elated was when we went to that buffet at the Luxor.
Oh, it was terrific.
Yeah.
I had eggs and orange chicken on the same plate. It was heaven. Oh, yeah, I did. It was my first plate. Yeah. I had a coffee, a water, a mimosa,
free,
eggs, bacon, sausage, orange chicken.
Yeah. They let you.
Oh, God.
I love the concept.
And then I ate a pizza after that. It was disgusting.
Yeah. I love the concept that there are restaurants that can literally just be, you can just eat and they can't stop you.
Yeah.
That says a lot about me. But I was like, oh yeah, so we Vegas, like the only other good thing that really happened in Vegas was when we were leaving, I decided I was going to put $20 on red, one spin on roulette table as we were walking out, and we won
at the table that I was gambling at a mere 2 hours before.
Yeah, and ended up down on. So I kind of took, I took the luck that you had left.
I lost a couple bucks.
Wasn't bad.
No. Oh, I lucked out. My buddy Keith, I lost all my money.
And he kept funding
and then
you.
He gave me $100. He just gave me a $100 chip, and then I won. And then I gave him the $100 back, and then I ended up getting all my money back, and I left. It's a good time.
So we left Vegas.
Yeah. So we left Vegas. Purses a little lighter.
Yes.
Yeah. And then the drive to LA was like nothing. It was like 5 hours.
Yeah, you guys slept most of it. I just drove away. It wasn't bad at all. 5 hours, yeah.
Yeah. LA is my favorite place ever, I think.
Yeah, it's amazing.
LA was the shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really just like every single place you see, you're like, oh, I remember that from this place. I remember that from this.
Yeah.
I've heard about this a ton.
Every road. Alex used...
every rose has a thorn. Yes. We all know.
I mean, Bret Michaels told us a long time ago.
Of course he did.
Alex used the metaphor... Well, I shouldn't say the metaphor. He viewed LA through the lens of Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah. Yeah, every single place we'd go, I'd go, oh, my apartment's right up that street in Grand Theft Auto Online.
No, well, at first it was like that. You were like kind of cool about it. Like, oh, that's, I guess, coincidental. But then it got to people like, you're like, that's in the game. Like every single thing we'd see, you got to the point where we were so pumped.
Well, I
just like tickled by it.
It's a little embarrassing.
Sounds like something you can do with your body.
Yeah. Embarrassing?
Yeah, I'm embarrassing.
Oh.
Don't go in the bathroom.
It's clenching your butthole.
Yeah.
Yeah, the weirdest one, though, was the Santa Monica Pier. When we went there, it was like pouring rain.
Yeah.
And so we had to like take shelter underneath these like these bathrooms.
Yeah.
And then I went to the game when we got back, and the bathrooms were in the same spot.
It's super weird.
It's literally just a carbon copy.
Like they just planned it perfectly.
Oh, yeah, I didn't tell you. Sunset Boulevard in GTA is Eclipse. I think it's Eclipse Avenue.
Of course it is.
Yeah. Everything is just a pun. Yeah. Not a pun, but like something close.
Is that like proprietary material? Can you not use street names, like real streets? I guess maybe if you can walk into a house and murder anyone you want.
You can probably do everything.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't do that.
Yeah, I think you can probably just. I mean, because it's not like exact. Like I couldn't find Malibu.
It's not that big. I don't think it's big enough to have Malibu.
No, I mean, yeah, but I mean, like
you just go straight up the PCA.
All like the big landmarks are just like they're all there.
Yeah. Was are like Hermosa and Redondo and Torrance and all that there?
No,
they don't go that far south.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
There is Venice though.
Venice,
yeah, there's a Venice.
So that's like south. It's like adjacent.
Yeah, but they have like the Comedy Store and all that kind of stuff.
Did they have like Ventura Boulevard, like the Valley, Studio City, like where Laurel Tavern was?
Yes, there are studios. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's There's a Warner Brothers there, I think.
Dude, that Laurel Tavern place was cool. I liked that bar.
Yeah, we went to, I mean, an industry bar.
I want to be that guy.
It's across the street from CBS Studios in the Big Brother house.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's what we were very excited about.
Yeah, I was gonna say it would be like an addendum.
I'm a big fan of that show.
Yeah, and we kind of saw the little spot there. Like you can kind of see like the house. There was like that open green where they do all the events.
Well, we saw it online.
No, we saw it when we drove by. You can see like through the trees.
Oh, we did?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see that. I was driving though.
But we went to a bar called Laurel Tavern.
Yes.
Which is like a famous like more of like writer and producer bar. And
it felt like a lot of like possibly like no, never mind. I was gonna say like Grips, but not really.
Well, somebody mentioned Grips in the bathroom.
Yeah.
When I was peeing. But
anytime I see a guy that's like looks kind of like a hipster with like one of those weird handlebar-y mustaches, I'm like, you're probably Grip.
What show you working on?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're probably Grip.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're like, yeah.
Probably Best Boy.
Yeah. Flag out. But no, it was a cool place. It was like that's the kind of LA that we did. We did a lot of the like industry and like local like haunts kind of, you know?
Yeah.
Because the bar we went to the first night was
the drawing room.
The drawing room, yeah.
Yeah, it was up near Glendale.
Yeah.
That's like Dan Harmon's haunt.
Yeah. We didn't see him. But we saw
bullshit. That was the crummiest, dumpiest little bar
that bathroom
I've ever been to.
That bathroom was one of the roughest ones I've ever seen in a bar.
Yeah. You almost needed like a hazmat suit or at least like one of those like a commercial like painter.
Yeah.
Like one of those like masks with all the filters on it.
Did you notice like there's stickers all over the walls, but then the walls had like a coat of like moisture on them. So it's just gross. Shit and piss particles.
Well, I think I remember hearing somebody talk about that bar that it used to be carpeted. Like the whole bar used to be carpeted.
That's
because the whole ground looked like the carpet was just ripped up.
Yeah, it did. It looked like patchy
very gross.
And like, yeah.
That was fun.
It was just it was.
And then we went to my Mecca. We went to the Comedy Store for 2 nights.
2 nights.
Yeah, 2 full nights.
Saw a good show, and we also
saw Rogan, Ari Shaffir,
Bobby Lee,
Kevin Nealon.
I was going to say Kevin Nealon, the old man himself.
Yeah, a lot of good people.
Yeah.
It was a great show.
We got also like the other side of that, which is like that like open mic sort of.
We went to the potluck.
Yeah, and there were some rough sets in there. There wasn't anybody that was actually like really good.
Oh,
until the end.
You are mistaken.
I was thinking until the end.
Yeah, well, the first couple were pretty bad.
I meant like those until it changed hosts. There wasn't anybody that was like really good.
There was the
dude from Tony Hinchcliffe's thing.
Yeah, the new resident guy of Kill Tony.
So that guy was
murdered.
But he was he's not really the same thing because he was already.
Yeah, he is.
No, I'm saying like he wasn't like a shitty like door dude or something.
Yeah,
there was the one
also
door
like
dude.
He's like at like that same level, or he's just like he's not like a big comic at all.
But he's friends with Tony, so
I mean barely. He does his show once a week.
So. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, remember the one dude who went up, the dude with the long curly hair who like tried to get into some quick crowd work and said like, "You're the guy that looks like he killed my wife."
Oh, that was one of the worst bombings I've ever seen.
Ever, not one.
Yeah, like he was. He did like that whole like Halloween thing.
Yeah. Well, he just kept
like, wait, it's not Halloween,
and he kept hanging back on that. Like, I don't think you actually killed my wife. Like, like, I don't actually think, because, like, that's not funny either.
This is one of the worst sets I've ever seen. I work in a comedy club. Yeah. I see this shit every fucking week. It was the worst set I've ever seen. Of any comic.
I've never seen anything like that where there wasn't any, like, a giggle, like, even resembling a laugh at all. It was just,
I mean, we had a show at Helium, like, in our, like, second little room, and there was, like, 8 comics on and probably 15 people in the room.
Was it that one when we saw Keckner?
Yeah, it was in that little room.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he was performing on the main stage, and then he also just popped in and did.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I knew he wouldn't just be in there. That was his show. It was a little 5-minute thing.
Yeah.
In a corner of a bar in San
But like, there was like more laughs like in that little room than that one guy got.
Oh yeah. Oh, easy.
Brutal.
I'm sure. Dude, that guy, yeah, it's rough. But you know what? I hate to say it, but like a lot of his like style that probably takes a lot to make whatever you want to call his style. Because I feel like I've seen people that
he's like an absurdist. Like he's trying to go absurdist.
He's trying to go like Andy Kaufman. That's
yeah.
You know, have you ever seen Andy Kaufman?
Kind of looks like Andy Kaufman too.
Have you ever seen his response to hecklers?
I don't think so. No.
He starts to act like he's crying, and he's like, "I'm just trying to feed my family, and you don't get it, and I don't have to be up here. I don't even want to be up here. I guess I could just go."
Yeah,
like, that's how he responds when hecklers like, "Fuck you."
Yeah, the kid we saw was like he was trying to do shit like that, but he was like not a good actor, and he wasn't like fully committed at all.
So it just seemed like he was like backpedaling like a real person would.
Yeah,
and he's like,
like a real person would.
I don't think you killed my wife. I mean, like, I don't really think you did that.
Yeah, that got nothing. So he was like, okay, let's backpedal, and it just he never got it.
Yeah, it's almost like he was trying to take back. You know, when people like act like they're bringing their words back, and he was like, "You really wrong."
It's really funny that
light went on after 2 minutes.
It's really funny that we saw like 60 comics. A decent chunk of them very famous and murdered.
Yeah,
and we're focusing on one guy.
Yeah,
who had a bad 4-minute set.
Yeah, one guy.
But it's literally like bad comedy. Like is like it's so offensive. Like it hurts because you're like.
Because that was like, I've especially that one though, because it was so unfunny. Like you said, you've seen so many sets, and you're like, that's the worst one I've ever seen.
Well, at that point, it was just like, it's like, okay, we get it. This is like just like a time hijack,
dude. It was super weird.
Because a lot of or pretty much every comic too, is just like do your time. Like you don't really get out before your time's up.
Dude, fucking,
and that guy should have.
That was a bad one. Because like, remember, have you heard that video? It's like 12 minutes where Bill Burr just fucking trashes Philadelphia.
It's one of my favorite things ever. Yeah. I watch it a couple times a year.
And he's just counting down for them 11 minutes. Yeah.
It's one of the funniest fucking things ever.
So you do your time.
Yeah. I love it when
Unless you smash somebody in the head with
he runs out of bits on the Flyers and the Eagles. Yeah. And he's like, he goes, "What other fucking sports teams you guys got?" He goes, "You got a soccer team?"
Dude, I was
I think he at one point he says he wants all of their mothers to get cancer and suck a dick.
Oh, I love that. Dude,
Bill Burr is so goddamn funny. Holy shit.
I was watching this like compilation of, it just popped up on my, you know where you get those YouTube videos that pop up on your feed and you're like, I've never fucking watched anything like this. Like, it curates it for you, but I guess I've watched Bill Burr, so that's probably why. But it was like, it was from like Conan Fan 97, and it was like times that Bill Burr made Conan laugh.
Yeah.
And I personally don't find Conan funny at all.
Oh, you don't?
Not really.
I like Conan.
Yeah, he's all right. I've
liked the late night people. I think he's probably the funniest, like overall.
Really? Mm-hmm. You think Conan's funniest?
Yeah. In terms of like actual like jokes, because he also like doesn't go for like that like mainstream hack like where like you see like Kimmel, Fallon, and Corden all do the same fucking joke about Trump.
Oh yeah.
Like Conan's never that guy to do that. So I might. Yeah, I just respect him so much more. I used to love Colbert. Writer. I fucking hate Colbert now.
Dude, the Colbert Report was one of my favorite.
Colbert Report is an amazing. It's a beautiful show.
It's like perfect.
The Late Show.
It's better than the Daily Show too.
Oh yeah, it's way better. Yeah. His show now though is terrible.
Yeah,
I can't stand
it. I hate to say it, but he's just like he's political to the point where it's like you're like tone deaf.
It's everyone.
If you think that it's this bad,
it's every single one of them.
No, because like Fallon doesn't, or Corden, neither.
Fallon doesn't. Corden still does Trump jokes too,
but he doesn't like. No, but he doesn't like take it like an open stance, like Seth Meyers and
Colbert does. Seth Meyers, Kimmel, and Colbert are all just like
openly.
Okay, here's a 9-minute political monologue. It's like we fucking get it. It's so draining. We know
it's funny.
Shit's bad
because if you go by like quality of joke writers on those ones. Conan's probably the best, but then if you go by like
Conan definitely has the best joke writer.
Well, I was gonna say like, but then if you go by the opposite of like just who's like a naturally funny person, it's probably like the person with the worst jokes. Like Corden's like a funny guy. Like he's not like a comedian, but you know what I mean. Like he's like the funny fat dude that you hang out with in school, and you're like, this guy's awesome. Like he's just a cool dude. Like him and Fallon both have like probably the worst jokes. But they're probably like the two like best like
that like structured delivery. they're probably way better improvisers. Which
That's
is
what I
why,
mean.
Yeah, which is why they're so much better.
Yeah,
Fallon's a great improviser.
He's a really good improviser. Cord and we don't know. I still have no idea how he got that role because he's not like he did Into the Woods. I don't like what else has he done? Peter Rabbit, but that was after.
He's in a couple fun episodes of Doctor Who.
Oh yeah,
with Matt Smith.
That's true. So, like, how did he get that?
I don't know.
Because the rest of them all I get. Like every single one of them, like, yeah, they've done enough to earn that role.
Yeah. I mean, Corden's pretty big in the UK.
Yeah, I guess that's where the thing is. But
I don't know why they'd hire him here, though, but
no.
Who cares? Do you want to move on to the the comic we were supposed to talk about today?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
we're 45 minutes in.
I was going to say, to end our trip, we left LA. We were all very bitter about it.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, I do want to explain
for so much longer.
I teased that Uber things that I did. So I've been to there's a really awesome, like pretty in-depth Warner Brothers like studio tour that you can do. All the lots do studio tours, and Warner Brothers is really cool. But I did it in March, and so Alex and Brandy went to go do that, and
it was pretty fucking cool.
It's pretty fucking awesome. But that's like a 4 or 5 hour commitment.
What is bullshit though? They have a Sorting Hat there. Said it was a Gryffindor. Couldn't be more wrong.
Yeah, Alex is a very proud Ravenclaw.
Ravenclaw through and through, bitch.
Yeah, he's Ravenclaw.
We are the smart, witty ones.
Yeah. We're Hufflepuff. We'll take the rest. That's what we say.
We're Hufflepuff. If no other house wants you, come on over.
Come on over. Unless you're a Slytherin. And then no.
So we did the studio tour.
Yeah, so while they did that, I was like, "Oh, it won't be that bad. I've been out to LA enough. I can Uber wherever." So I'm like, I've wanted to see Cinephile for a long time, like a cool like cinema like rental shop, and so I went down there. That was into Santa Monica, I think is what that is.
I still can't believe you Ubered to Santa Monica. It's an hour long
from
drive.
Glendale. Yeah, and it was like $55.
Fuck.
And then I Ubered back past our place to Target. And then, so that was like $64, and then it was another $8 from Target back to our place, which was literally like 0.75 miles. No, it was like it was like 1.75 miles. So clearly I couldn't walk that.
Still,
I could have, but it's over an Interpass, so I literally could not have. But
you spent that much money.
Yeah,
on Ubers to go to like
120 bucks
to go
on
to.
Ubers. Yeah,
damn.
And so that's why I was like, it was proving that point of there was no way for all three of us to like have gotten apart without spending. One of us could have been at the place, the Airbnb. One of us could have had a car, but then one of us would have had to Uber wherever we wanted to go.
Yeah.
So plus LA, there's just so much to do, like cool stuff to like hang
there's
out.
Shit everywhere too.
And there's just always shit happening.
Yeah.
And
Hermosa was still probably our favorite.
Yeah, Hermosa's awesome.
Chill. It's all like up on a hill. It's like a straight up hill from the water.
Yep.
And everybody just lives up. It's really nice.
It's really, really cool.
It's very expensive.
Yeah. It all is. We kept pulling up Zillow, and it just did not. It really never got cheap enough to say that it was like cheap enough to
doable.
Live until you got to until you look in like Anaheim and stuff like that.
Yeah. Or you have to live in a trailer
in Anaheim. Yeah, it's always Anaheim.
Yeah.
But so we leave LA. I'm just going to jump to that. We leave LA. We go to Albuquerque for a night. We see all the town.
All the town of Albuquerque. We rolled up at about 9:00 at night.
That's right.
Ordered a pizza.
Never left our Airbnb.
Saw Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Yep.
And went to bed.
Yep. Oh, we watched Mowgli.
Oh, we did watch Mowgli. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. It's pretty good.
That was a good movie.
Better than I thought it would be.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely exceeded expectations.
Whole Benedict Cumberbatch is an evil lion. Tiger.
He is.
Fuck.
And so then you have to. Who was better, Idris Elba or Benedict Cumberbatch?
Idris.
He's awesome.
Idris is great.
Oh,
Luther is a fucking dope show.
And it's one thing we got to talk about too, because I was just thinking about Luther. And I was like, you like that line of thinking, your brain's so fast. Now I'm thinking like, how did I get to True Detective? But I was like, Idris Elba, Luther, and then I was looking at detective shows.
Yeah,
and then I was like, have you watched the 2 new episodes from
I have not yet.
Mahershala Ali? It's incredible. It's just like the first season was.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Fuck yes.
It's set up that same way. Like they're like different time periods.
Oh, flashbacks,
and they're doing
forwards.
like a deposition.
Oh, fuck yeah.
It is so good.
Yeah, I'm going to have to wait a couple weeks, though.
Because you need a lot of it to watch.
I want to watch
You're
it.
weird like that.
No, not necessarily. It depends on the show.
You're like that with podcasts, though. Where it has to have like 30 episodes available for you.
Yeah, well, because I'll get really addicted to it, and that'll be like the only thing I listen to.
How you... I feel like you binged like 150 Do Go On episodes in like a few days, it seemed like.
It was like a couple weeks, yeah.
Dude. And those are what, 2-hour episodes every time?
Hour and a half, yeah.
Hour and a half.
I listen to a lot of fucking audio. I also do it while I'm doing other stuff.
Yeah, I do that. Yeah.
I mean, like today I've probably listened to 5-6 hours of radio shows.
Oh, yeah.
And podcasts.
Because what'd you do all day?
Just like hanging around.
Yeah, because what we haven't talked about really fast is Alex graduated.
Yeah, I graduated
college.
And I am currently unemployed.
Yes.
Yeah,
but looking, so if any brothels out there are hiring.
Yeah, I'll sell my body and asshole.
Yeah. Those are separate.
Yeah.
2 different prices. You want the whole thing, it's a whole different deal.
Yeah, if you want the whole thing, it's $1,000. If you want my asshole, it's $6.
Yeah. If you want my body,
$6
it's also
and an Uber.
$6.
Yeah.
But the full package is $1,000.
Yeah. Yeah, so unemployed, pretty much just fucking around for a little bit.
Yeah.
I work on the weekends, so
everybody's
these like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I don't have shit to do. So I was like trying to fix my computer.
And how'd that work?
I actually got to work. It's working way better.
Yeah.
I opened up my computer and I was using 100% of my CPU, my memory, and my disk.
Yeah, we need to get you.
I have like some like anti-malware service thing that's just like through Microsoft. Like it's like just like the basic thing, and it was using 25% of my CPU.
I wonder what you have like living in the depths. You probably have some. You might have some crazy viruses.
Probably. I think
because you download shit just like from untrustworthy places.
Yeah.
Not like porn, but it's probably like
who downloads porn?
Well, that's what I mean. I said untrustworthy places, but it's probably like you download like an MP3 to something else converter.
Oh, I download
that kind of stuff.
Well, that's how I get a lot of. I do a lot of stuff. Well, I do like a YouTube to MP3 converter, but I just do it like online.
Oh, you still do those?
Yeah.
Why don't you just stream it?
Well, no, like if I need something, like if I need a piece of audio to put into something.
Oh, yeah.
I'll still do that. Like I was editing like animations and I needed sound effects, so I was downloading some sound effects from YouTube, or like I'll do like a YouTube to MP4 if I want to use a video.
Yeah. Or if it's like if you're on like one of those like websites with a bunch of free sound, they might be in whatever random format. So you download like some like weird like zip like file reader thing or something like that.
I think I have like 2 or 3 zip file readers.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know why.
WinZip.
I definitely have WinZip, and I also have 7-zip.
7-zip.
Yeah. I don't know.
Man.
All I know is that when I have a compressed file, I try to open it up with either one.
Brief unpopular opinion in my mind that for some reason like everybody.
You don't like zip files? Whoa.
No, I don't.
Nick.
You said 7 and this one made me think of it. Peter, one of my professors, said that he thinks 7 is the best David Fincher film.
I mean, there's a strong argument that can be made.
Do I need to give you the list of what his films are?
No, I know them all.
All of Fincher's films? I'm going to list them for the listeners.
Zodiac. Social
Network. Gone Girl. Alien 3. he refused to talk about it. He's trying to Alan Smithy it. So he went Alien 3, 7, The Game, Fight Club, Panic Room, Zodiac, Club. Benjamin Button, Social Network, Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, Gone Girl. And apparently he's doing World War Z too.
Huh.
Oh, and also he did Mindhunter.
Oh, yeah.
He's like kind of pretty good.
Yeah. Is Panic Room good?
Jared
Foster?
Jared Leto has cornrows. So, yeah.
Oh, God.
Pretty good.
Oh, God. White people with cornrows is... That's a move and a statement that I will never understand.
And he's like the muscle in that movie.
Old dainty Jared Leto?
Dainty rock star Jared Leto.
Yeah.
Who else would be? Granted, people said the same thing about Heath Ledger as the Joker, that he would be intimidating, and he is.
And he is the most
terrifying. But no, I'd 7.
Yeah. Dude, Seven's a great fucking movie.
I haven't watched it recently. Does it hold up? Have you watched it?
Not recently, no. I haven't watched it in a while. But I also haven't watched it because that movie like legitimately like grosses me out and fucks with my head.
I mean, it is like,
dude, there's a scene where a guy rapes a girl with a knife. Yeah, that's the most fucked up thing I've ever seen on film. Yeah. And I watched it way too young. I watched 7 when I was like 12.
Oh, what? Yeah, that'd fuck you up. Yeah, that really ruin your life.
Maybe like 13, but it was still like it was way too young to watch 7. Yeah. I watched a double feature. It was like one of my first girlfriends. It was also like it was like the first like girlfriend that like I kissed.
Yeah.
And we watched a double feature at this girl's house of 7 and The Shining. When we were like 13.
Dude.
I know.
Dude, that's because I feel like most people would have been watching like The Girl Next Door and like House Bunny.
Yeah.
And you guys were like, let's do double feature. And you're like, I know what we'll watch.
God damn it. It was a rough one.
We'll watch a terrifying movie followed by an equally terrifying movie. Especially at the age of 12.
Yeah, it was fucked.
Oh, but
actually, no, how old are you in like 7th, 8th grade? I was like 13, 14,
13,
right?
14.
Okay, it was around there then.
So the year or the next year.
Yeah. Still very developmental years that are not kind.
Dude, I don't feel like I was a grown up until like a couple days ago. Like,
dude, what do you mean grown up?
I was going to say.
I'm not that at all. I'm 25.
Because like people are like, yeah,
I'm
14.
I'm unemployed and I'm just playing Black Ops 4 all day.
Yeah, what do you mean grown up? I have a college degree.
Yeah. I have a bachelor's degree.
But it's like, that's the funniest bit. People were like, yeah, I was in high school, so I was still developing. And I was like, do you mean that you're not now?
Yeah.
Mom?
Yeah, when did your brain stop developing? 25?
Isn't it as different? Well, I don't know about the brain.
Or is it brain
Our bodies are different.
Body growing?
Girls and guys are different. Girls are done by like 21 and guys I think are 25, 26. Okay. Yeah.
I mean, so my dick's been growing for years.
I've gotten taller in the last couple of years. I know. Have you really? Yeah. I think I might be like 6'4" now.
Oh, I'm really hoping I get one of those.
You got a year.
I'm 5'8" on my tippity toes.
I was going to say, you started to say 5'7".
Well, because I'm like 5'7" and 3/4 or something like some like bullshit like that. No,
I'm kidding.
I'm on the far side of 5'7".
The far side.
I'm 5'8".
I'm 5'7", but I'm closer to 5'8" than 5'6".
Yeah, than 5'6".
Yeah, well, if you go anything below 5'7", you're 5'6".
No, that's not true.
Yep. You're 7 and change.
7 and change. But okay, dude, we're already an hour in. We got to talk about this comic book.
Oh, Deadly Class?
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Nick and I started in our extensive preparation before this.
Yeah.
I go, hey, how about we do like 30 minutes of recap and then we talk about Deadly Class?
Yeah.
That was 30 minutes ago.
Yeah. But we could talk about stuff, man.
You know what?
What?
I have to pee.
All right. Pause that.
Worst timing.
I'm not talking to these people.
We'll be right back. And we're back, everybody, from that break that you didn't even notice.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, Nick noticed.
I was going to say, you mean them?
Yeah. No, cool. Audience.
Isn't that nice?
The 3 people listening.
It's kind of like a time travel thing. A
little bit.
For them.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing we did was I peed. Nick just did a deep dive on David Fincher.
Yeah.
And we're back to talk about Deadly Class, videos.
Yes, he has. Yeah, Deadly Class. Written by Rick Remender and art by Wes Craig.
Beautiful Rick Remender. What else is Rick Remender?
Is he beautiful?
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, he's pretty.
What else did he write? He's written
Black Science.
Okay.
Tokyo Ghost. Death or Glory.
Yeah, Death or Glory.
What's the one? The Lord of the Rings, but like the weird high fantasy one. Seven to Eternity.
7 to Eternity.
Amazing art on that one by Jerome Pena. Anyways, that's a side note.
Yes, Deadly Class. So this is one of your favorite comics of all time.
Yeah.
So we just did volume 1.
Yeah.
How many volumes have you read of this? Probably like 6?
No.
Or 5?
I just gave you 5, and I think I probably have like, well, that's probably 25 issues right there. I think they're on like 38 or 40.
Oh, okay. So they've
slowed
really
down
moving.
quite a bit because it's been going since 2015, 14.
Oh, okay. So a couple of years.
Yeah, they've slowed down quite a bit while Remender's been doing other stuff and obviously getting into TV.
Yeah, doing the Deadly Class TV show that
He's
we just watched before this too. We just watched the pilot for
the
it.
first episode.
Good pilot.
Yeah.
Fairly true to the comic for the first 3 issues. It's probably what that covered.
No, that far? Oh, yeah, I guess you're probably right.
It's kind of close. No.
Maybe 2.
Yeah, 2 issues probably.
But I mean, it's a 13 episode first season.
Yeah.
So at that rate, they might cover the first 3 volumes, maybe 2 volumes.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to the show.
Me too.
Because
It's a great creative team.
So Nick gave me this comic book, months and months ago.
Yeah, months ago.
And I read, I think the first issue, or not even the first issue, the first couple pages. And I wasn't super into it. And then today I just sat down and was like, fuck it, I'm going to read it all. And it is terrific.
Yeah,
it is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really original story. It's kind of like a YA Wanted.
Yeah.
But also more righteousy and
more like Hogwarts.
Yeah, it is kind of like Hogwarts a little bit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Hogwarts is basically handing every kid a gun and just letting them run around a school.
Yeah.
This is literally handing every kid a gun and letting them run around
a gun
school.
Or a knife.
It's amazing to me that more kids don't die at Hogwarts.
Yeah, there should be deaths every day.
They all know the curses.
Yeah.
They can just fucking kill
There's
each other.
There's a few people that have ever done it. Moaning Myrtle, she died.
Yeah. And she just pervs on everybody.
Yeah. She's like, Harry, nice dick.
Yeah. Sorry, continue. Deadly Class.
Harry, I see you're starting to come into your name.
Yeah. She's like, you don't need the bubbles. He's like, I do.
Yeah, of course I do.
I really do.
Got this big old wizard dick to hide.
I'm hanging this hog.
Okay. Back to the class.
That was a little fan fiction for you?
Yeah, that's what I jerk off to at night.
Yeah, I'll be saving that for later.
Yeah. But yeah, so I'm not a huge fan of the artwork in this. It's not very really my cup of tea.
Yeah.
But what I do really like is the format of all these panels. They do a lot of very cinematic panels, a lot of not full page, but almost 16 by 9 format panels, really widescreen panels.
Yeah. And I like that Remender. Well, I guess it's actually more Wes Craig designing it, but what was I going to say? Oh, I like that Remender will write around it. So if there's those really cinematic panels, the writing might be in the ditch.
They're in weird corners. And
they call that the ditch, the spaces, the
where
frames.
Nothing's happening.
Well, there's the frames that divide.
Oh, yeah, gotcha.
So the ditches in them will be huge sometimes, and he'll actually write in there instead.
Okay, yeah, and then there's also a lot of cool, action noises.
Yeah.
That start at one and they travel through the other panels, which is really cool.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find one. There's another panel where the main character Marcus is also reaching out, and he's reaching 3-dimensionally across a panel over into another one.
Right.
Which is pretty cool.
Brilliant artwork.
Yeah, it's a brilliant way to tell the story.
Yeah.
Yeah, here's another one where you have a bad guy and he's peeking his head around a wall, but his head is also peeking over another panel.
I love that stuff.
Yeah,
that's a really seasoned comic book artist that knows.
Yeah, it's high level. They also have the which I'm not a huge fan of, where it's you have a bunch of panels with images
and then a 2-column
over to the side. Yeah, it's 2-column where you have
your favorite comic book does that a lot.
I know.
Your favorite one.
I know, but it's also my least favorite writing in that. Oh. I like that the best because of his voice, but in this comic, all the 2-column stuff, it feels like it's just so much exposition, and it's okay, it's dragging all this out and blah blah blah.
Yeah, because there's a lot of Marcus just being I didn't know what I needed.
Yeah, and it's him delving into his past while he's in the present, and
it's not great.
Yeah,
well, I mean, it's good. It's what he's saying is good.
It's not the strongest writing of the comic.
No, their dialogue is the strongest.
The dialogue is for sure the strongest.
Yeah.
There's that scene when he is he's trying to eat lunch and he's I need to go find my people. I need to go find the other burnouts.
Yeah.
and he finds them all like in this graveyard. And then once they all meet, that dialogue is so it'll be like almost a 2-shot of your 2 characters.
Yeah.
And then it's like every other space except for them is all just dialogue. And it's just, they're all bouncing off each other. And
yeah. And you can tell Remender like is writing from what he knows, because he grew up in that like in the 80s in that like burnout crowd he talked about, like sort of outsiders, like wallflower type guys.
Yeah.
And he is writing those characters like perfectly. So to sort of set up the story of Deadly Class without going like too crazy, because there's so much there and I really don't want to spoil stuff with it. Essentially it's about a character named Marcus Lopez. Isn't that his last name?
It's like Marcus Aguilera or something like that.
Oh, I thought it was like,
or maybe Marcus Aguilera Lopez or something like that. Yeah. He's a 3-namer.
Yeah. And he is sort of like, he's homeless. He lost his parents when he was young, and
in the dumbest way humanly possible,
like surprisingly dumb.
Yeah. So I think we could probably spoil this whole volume. It's long. It's been out for long enough.
You're right.
Basically, why he like is craving revenge. He's craving revenge on Ronald Reagan because Ronald Reagan defunded like mental institutions.
Yep.
And a suicidal schizophrenic jumped off of a bridge.
Yeah.
And landed on his parents in front of him.
You know what?
Nope. Let the silence sit.
Sorry. You're right.
Boo.
Yeah. I feel like we actually shouldn't spoil this because it spoils the show.
Dude, fuck it.
All right.
We're talking the comic.
Spoilers.
Oh, yeah. Spoilers.
Okay.
Spoilers coming up after that last spoiler.
Yeah. Until then, more spoilers.
Of course.
I think so. The story essentially, Marcus is homeless. He was in an orphanage, but he burned it down, and so now he's got a reputation as a killer.
Yeah,
and
a child killer.
Yeah, unfortunately, even though it sounds like there's. Well, I won't spoil that bit. That's later on.
Yeah, we can spoil the first issue.
Yeah, but we're not going to do anything.
But I also have to read 2 through 5,
right,
so don't spoil it to me.
I can't spoil that for you. I won't.
The audience can fuck themselves.
Yeah, you guys can never read it for all we fucking care.
Yeah.
No, but he gets so then he gets invited to join a school called King's Dominion School for the Deadly Arts.
The Deadly Arts.
And it's like a high school for assassins. It's pretty much what it is.
It's not even it's a prep school.
Yeah.
It's like a douchey, like
private school.
High class, like prep school.
Yeah, yeah. They wear these like douchey red and black uniforms and like.
Yeah, the uniforms that are like blazers with like what is that? Like
lapel?
Like patches of like the school's crest.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Those kind of douchey things, yeah.
The coat of arms.
Yeah. I was going to say it was like embossed. I'm like, that's not like right at all.
Yeah. They embossed it. Just like hard.
Yeah. Just metallic. Yeah.
So he gets inducted to this school. He meets so the school's sort of run by these groups of like there's different
cliques.
Yeah, but they're all like the sons and daughters of gangs and government heads and
sons and daughters are like CIA and FBI, like that's a clique.
Yeah.
Sons of like the triads, the Yakuza. And then kids from like
the cartel,
like the Bloods and the Crips, like in Compton.
Yeah. Cartel.
Yeah.
And then there's the kids that are like nothing. They're called rats.
The rats. So that's what Marcus is.
And Marcus is a rat. But he sort of starts to figure out that like he becomes friends with one person from every clique, conveniently.
Yeah.
And didn't really think about that until now. Yeah. Well, not every clique.
Pretty much, yeah.
Well, no, not the Hessians, not the white kids, not the white supremacists.
Dixie mob.
Yeah.
The Dixie mob, which is ridiculous.
I think that's so stupid and funny.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah. So he becomes friends with a few of like the big groups, probably the biggest ones in power. He becomes friends with one person from each one, and he starts to figure out
the group leaders too. Yeah, from those different groups.
That these people aren't any different than he is. They just want to be friends. They just want to like live a life. It's a really like it's funny because I hate to say it, but the most impactful stuff isn't the stuff where he's like homeless or like his parents. It's the stuff with his friends. Like, don't you think that's the most impactful bits?
Yeah, like of like personal growth and stuff like that.
I'm talking about like I don't feel like I was nearly like I just felt in general like not nearly as impacted by like those.
That homeless shit I really could have cared less about.
Yeah, like it's important to like define the character, I guess, but still
you gotta
like
set them up, and then they don't really come back to it. Really,
No.
I don't think they do.
No, they don't.
I would assume going forward they don't bring it up again.
Oh no, I mean they go back to like they mention it and stuff, but they don't show a lot of it again ever.
Yeah,
no. So I mean, like,
because that's the first I think first almost full issue is him still being homeless.
Yeah, he doesn't agree to it until the end of that issue.
Yeah,
but I mean, it's just like
it's a very interesting story though too. Is that so? He like lit his orphanage on fire,
right?
And all the everyone knows that it was him.
Yeah.
And so he's like constantly on the run from the cops, but he's still like homeless.
Yeah.
And just like living on the streets.
Yeah, like eating half-eaten burgers and all kinds of stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then from there, it just we shouldn't spoil the rest of it, but like because I think that's a good summation of the story. But I think it goes in some just like bananas directions, man.
Yeah.
Like, the stuff that happens, the characters are so like most of them are grounded, and then there's some that are just like completely larger than life, like Victor.
Yeah, Victor
like
or
Chico. That wouldn't be a person.
Chico's the same way.
Chico, exactly. Like
Chico's like this over the top like cholo gangbanger.
Yeah.
Who is like
face tats and
he's like every stereotype about
or like neck tats, but like it's just like the same with Victor. He's like this super buff, macho, massive buff
Russian guy that speaks in broken sentences.
Yeah, and calls him like and refers to himself as Victor, like in the third person.
He's like Victor crush everyone.
Yeah,
it's like okay.
There's a lot of different times where he talks about Victor, like he's like Victor have big dick, and you're like cool.
Yeah. He's like naked and he's like beating up this kid.
Yeah,
and then Marcus is like, do you have to beat him up when your cock is like 6 inches from his mouth?
Exactly.
And he's like, I beat them up anyway. And he's like, well, you got half a hard on.
Yeah.
And he's like, it's not hard. Yeah. This is how it always is.
Victor Dick is third arm.
Victor Dick. God damn it. What? I can't do the accent. Victor's dick touched kneecap. That's the fucking dumb line I was trying to get out.
Victor tucked dick in pocket.
Yeah. Victor used dick as belt. Victor used dick to hold up trousers. They suspenders.
Yes. On both sides.
Dick cover full body. Yeah, go on.
So there's like just enough to like blow it out of proportion that you're like, this is like a good fictional story.
Victor dick blow itself. Doesn't make any sense. Go on. Blows it out of proportion
itself.
How big is it?
Oh,
yeah.
Still,
it's got a mind of its own.
It has a mouth of its own.
Yeah, it's like its own dick.
Yeah,
his dick can suck itself.
Oh, suck itself.
His dick is a self suck.
I was gonna say, is that tunneling if a dick is sucking itself?
I think it's kind of like a dog biting his own tail thing.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
But so there's like just enough like larger than life stuff to make the story not believable, but so grounded that you're like, this is real.
Yeah, Marcus is probably the most grounded character out of everybody.
Yeah, or Willie.
Yeah. Yeah,
because he's a very believable character. If you were in that setting, I would be him.
Yeah,
I would try to act like I was cool, but then when
Willie's
it came
like
down
from
to
Compton. His dad's was like a gangbanger who got killed by
a
bunch of other gang members in his house, like in front of him.
So Willie's like the heir apparent.
Yeah,
and so he's there to train to be deadly arts master.
Deadly arts master.
Yeah. But then when it comes time for him to actually kill somebody,
he can't do it. Oh, wait, no, sorry, spoilers. He can't do it.
I was going to say, who knows? Maybe he does. Maybe Marcus hits him with a bar.
Yeah. What I always say, well, like, how, like, this isn't, like, my favorite art I've ever seen in a comic.
Yeah.
Ooh. Remind me, I have to think of what my favorite art in a comic is, because I don't know.
Okay. Why don't you do it?
But, the scene when he does acid is some of the coolest, like poppiest neon art ever.
Yeah, it's so neon
cool.
All of those books are like,
well, literally like that, like all like that neon and like the Vegas thing. It reminds me of that that string cheese show we saw in Denver.
Nice.
It's like all trippy and
Floyd.
Yeah. Like
It's actually,
crazy LED light show. With
that's
like
kind of a Rick
on.
Remender thing because Black Science, it's different art. Mateo Scalera is probably my favorite artist of all time. Him or Christian Ward.
Okay. Guess who my favorite artist is?
Jim Lee.
I don't know.
Yeah, I was like,
I don't
he's
know
the only one
artist
whose name
names.
you know. Yeah. What,
Yeah.
what? Think of like your favorite comic, like art. I'll tell you who it is. If I can remember.
Kill Be Killed.
Oh, that is Sean Phillips
Okay.
and Elizabeth Breitweiser did the colors, so that's why it's great.
Okay. I'm trying to think of what else would be like.
Yeah, I know you really like the art in Venom, even if you didn't like the story.
Yeah, the art in Venom
That's
was
Ryan
cool.
Stegman.
Okay. The art in Green Lantern's pretty good. In Rebirth, yeah.
That's Ethan Van Sciver,
Okay.
leader of the Comics Gate movement.
Oh, Death or Glory is great artwork.
That's Bengal.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's great artwork.
he's awesome.
Same with what's the comic we did first week?
Saga.
No, not Saga.
You understand?
Even though Saga, the artwork is terrific in Saga. Middle West.
I think that's Scotty. No, Scotty Young didn't do the art. Let me look it up.
But yeah, that's pretty good artwork too.
Oh yeah, dude, that's incredible artwork.
Yeah. That Smoke Monster's the shit.
Yeah, I'd say yeah.
Better than the one from Lost.
Christian Ward, the guy, he's one of my favorites. He did most recently. His longest run was on 12 issues of Black Bolt with Solid and Ahmed.
Okay.
And that was like probably one of the best big 2 runs. Jorge Corona on art on Middle West.
Yeah.
No, his 12 issue run of Black Bolt was like, it was like so sad and like very like beautiful, and the art, like Christian Ward's art is incredible.
Okay.
And then he does a lot of covers. He just recently did an amazing cover for Gideon Falls. I'll show you his art.
I love Gideon Falls. We have to do
That first
5 issues.
first
of that.
5, yeah.
Yeah, Gideon Falls is probably the coolest comic out right now.
Dude,
For my money,
it's incredible.
Gideon Falls is amazing.
Yeah.
And then it's gonna be made into a TV show
Very soon too.
very soon.
We hope.
Yeah, I love the because it is very YA and it's very like high school
Look at that.
drama.
That's
like,
Christian Ward's version of Thor, like an old
Okay.
Thor. Dude, look at that art. That is insane.
oh shit, that's real trippy.
Dude, Christian Ward is this like insane, like pop color, trippy,
Oh, that's really cool.
like a lot of
Yeah, I'm just scrolling.
bleeding
right now.
colors.
Oh, it's
He's-
cool. Doctor Strange.
he's
It's
insane.
watercolory too.
Yeah, he's got this. It's like a combo of like pop color and watercolor.
Yeah, it's like your main characters are like almost like classic superhero, and then everything around them is just like kind of like a melty, flowy watercolor, sci-fi, galactic-y.
Yeah,
Yeah, look at that Ghost Rider.
yeah, exactly.
That's super
Like,
cool.
dude, he's insane. I think I don't know if I gave you the Black Bolt stuff. If not, I can give it to you. It's amazing.
I have not read Black Bolt.
Not that you don't have enough to read.
Please do not give me any more.
I know I'm not
things.
going to.
You just give me 4 volumes of Deadly Class.
Oh, yeah.
For me to cover.
You don't have any left. You don't have anything. Oh wait.
Oh
It's
wait,
so
I have
much.
like 5 Green Lanterns to read. I still have
Yeah.
Sex Criminals. I still have all of Ta-Nehisi Coates' Black Panther run I need to read. I have
Yes.
I have the full I have a lot of Why the Last Man.
Yeah, I feel like I gave you other stuff. Oh, Southern Bastards. Yeah, I gave you that.
You have a volume of that too.
Did you? I think you gave me all Thor back. I'm trying to think of what else there was. There was other stuff in there.
Yeah, I gave you a couple things. But, I still have to read Flintstones.
Oh, so funny. Mark Russell's Flintstones is amazing.
Yeah, I gotta read that one.
I still need to read his Snagglepuss.
I thought you read Snagglepuss.
I read the first issue.
Oh, I thought
yeah,
you
we
read the
picked
whole
that up.
run.
No, we picked that up.
Apparently that first run's amazing.
It's the only run. I mean, he's done.
Well, yeah, apparently
Yeah.
that run is amazing.
Oh yeah. I need to read all of it.
Snagglepuss.
Yeah. What's his Heavens to Murgatroyd? Isn't that him?
Oh, heavens to Megatroid.
Isn't that him?
I think it's him.
Something like Exit Stage Left. That's his name.
Oh, exit stage left even. Yeah, it's that
Even. So wait, what were we talking about? Oh, Deadly Class.
guy. Deadly Class.
It's
As it always happens.
yeah.
So many
good.
tangents.
Yeah. We get back there eventually.
Yeah, eventually we'll mention it.
I would say Deadly. Yeah, it's so hard because there's so many good like runs of things. But I would probably say Deadly Class is in my top 5 for
Of
sure.
comics ever.
Yeah. Up there with
I
like
can see that. Saga, Killer Be Killed,
yeah,
maybe,
Black Hammer,
yeah.
and then I leave a spot open that can change at any time because like there's a brief moment when the Dead Hand was part of that, but that's not like a best of all time. It's just
because it's a miniseries.
yeah, it wasn't that really that good. Like it was good, but
Yeah,
I'm trying to think.
it'd be like comparing like my favorite show is Game of Thrones and John Adams. It's like or Band of Brothers. It's only 8 episodes. It's like, that's a long movie.
Yeah, but then there's some books that are like, I mean, like Watchmen, which is classic for a reason. That's like a one and done sort of thing.
Oh, for real? How long? How many issues?
12, I think, total.
Watchmen was only 12 issues?
It might have been. Yeah, I think it was 12 or something like that. Maybe a little more.
Have they redone the stuff?
They did
because I've seen like big Watchmen in like books.
Well, it's probably extra stuff then.
Oh,
I think it's 12. Yeah.
Huh.
It might have been 16 or something.
I always just assumed there was like 150.
No, not even
I
close.
assumed it was like a big one.
The story in the movie is the entirety of it.
Oh, okay.
I have it.
Like not.
I think I gave it to you.
No, you didn't.
Didn't? Oh, I have it.
I do not have it.
Anyways, but yeah, I was gonna say because I feel like there are some closed off loops that I do, like Grant Morrison's Batman Arkham Asylum comic.
Oh, I had that to read too.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I have that
hauntingly beautiful art.
That full volume. Oh, it is creepy as fuck.
Yeah, it is. It's amazing.
Yeah. Oh, I have Witches to read too.
Oh, Witches. Yeah,
I read the first issue of Witches and I really liked it.
Witches was really cool.
So I'll have to finish the volume out.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good one. So yeah, it's really tough to pick the best art. I think about that a lot actually, like who my favorite artists are, and it's Christian Ward. He probably is the one that comes up the most outside of maybe like Matteo Scalera, who does Black Science.
Who did the art on Dr. Star? Because that art is insanely good.
It's not Dean Ormstrom. He does.
I mean, that's like legitimate, like pencil paintings.
Yeah, you really like that one?
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
Because that feels like legitimate artwork.
Oh yeah, totally.
I mean, even all of this is, but that's like that's more like
Max Fiumara.
That's more like elegant.
Yeah,
it's like elegant artwork. It's beautiful.
Yeah, because Black Hammer is like very basic, like Golden Age level on purpose because it's supposed to be that. Dr. Star is amazing.
Dr. Star also, it's like the landscape that they're also doing is like really bleak, like desolate, like out in the middle of nowhere. It's very like like beginning of Interstellar kind of Dust Bowl-y.
Yeah, weird combination of like Great Depression and interstellar travel. Yeah. It's like
it's very interesting.
Yeah,
and the artwork is just like hard, not hard pencil. It's like that really like soft pencil that like you go over like multiple times like to define a face. It's like that kind of artwork.
Yeah, I like it.
It's really nice. It's almost like a like those like Da Vinci sketches.
Yeah,
it's kind of like that.
Yeah, like the
heavy pencil work. Yeah. It's really nice.
It's funny because I think of like all the comics we've talked about, this is by far my favorite art. Like Deadly Class. Jim Lee's art on Hush is amazing. Yeah, for that style. Yeah, like very comic book.
Very comic book.
Like Big Two.
I have
superhero.
Big pecs. I'm a Superman.
How many abs? 12 abs.
Yeah.
So many pouches.
Yeah, I mean, this like all your characters look like they're like human adjacent.
Yeah.
Where they're like their bodies aren't like exactly like human beings, but it's close and
and they're like very like thin. Like they all look like they're like deathly thin.
Like thin, wispy anorexics.
Yeah, they all look that way except for Victor.
Everyone looks like an angsty anorexic teen.
Yeah, because even Willie, who's supposed to be this like big boned guy, he looks like thin.
Yeah.
Like a husky kind of dude. But yeah.
Yeah, dude, this whole scene where they go to a Grateful Dead show is so funny.
Yeah. Dude, it's so good.
Yeah, they're just like a bunch of patchouli and they're out in the middle of the desert.
I told Alex he's going to get you. I would advise anybody who hasn't read it to just read through Deadly Class, because when you get to the end of the 4th volume, it just kicks you in the teeth. Like just Rick Remender just shitting on your life in a good way.
Yeah.
He does that a lot with his comics. He does not mind like throwing you straight in. Like Death or Glory was that way.
Dude, you know what I just realized? Why this artwork is so great?
Why?
Is because like each page or like each like set of 2 pages has its own specific color palette.
Oh,
or like,
yeah.
Like this one page, it's like pink and like a blue. And then you have like some pages that it's all different shades of light blue.
Yep.
And then another one where it's like all red or all orange or all yellow.
Yeah.
All green.
It's, you know what it is? It's, even if you don't like it, you have to admit it's still like, it is very,
I mean, look at this like 2-page panel.
it's just pinks.
It's all just pinks
and reds.
Yeah.
A little bit of red. It's like not innovative, but it's just somebody who's like
it's very artistically done.
well, it's just somebody who's like, you can tell is just like, they're not at the level where they're just drawing comics. He's like thinking a higher level.
Yeah, he's
Playing with the panels.
Playing of how color like affects like your emotion and all that stuff
For each pages.
which makes you react differently to the words and the images that are on there.
Yeah. Like he's not just trying to draw it effectively. Like now he's like doing like a higher version of the medium.
Yeah, like here's a page where Marcus is coming down from like a
Acid trip.
from an acid trip.
Yeah.
So like complete like serotonin like energy depletion.
Yep. Dehydration.
And so it's just all blues and purples and it just looks really depressing.
Yep.
And it goes directly from that into the next page where it's a very high action scene with Marcus again and it's all completely pink and colorful and crazy. And,
But not red. Because he's not there. Like he's not all there enough to be like completely in it.
Yeah.
He's still pretty fuzzy.
Yeah, and then there's one panel that's red
Yeah.
where he's doing some shit.
Yeah,
And then after that, there's a realization, and there's a whole gray panel.
He does a flip. Why couldn't they make Luke do a flip?
There you go.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. And we're back to the old Star
I just think
Wars.
that's like that argument. That's why I'm a nerd, but I hate nerds because they're those people that are like, see, he could do a flip. Make Luke do a flip. I don't want him to die yet. He hasn't done his flip.
I don't want him to die.
Yeah. Make Han Solo do a flip.
Are you happy Han's dead?
What? No.
All right, Nick, let's do your hot take.
Oh yeah. Okay. Here's the real truth. I was in the Han haters club.
Nick, be honest with the people.
Okay. Yeah.
You've hated Han from the get-go.
He was
Han's your least favorite character.
He was of the.
He's a womanizer.
Yeah, it's true. He's a smuggler.
Yeah.
He left his son.
Nick doesn't like anybody smug.
I don't like the smugs. They're everywhere.
Especially hates the glurs.
Don't even get me started on them. He was like my least favorite of like the big trio.
Yeah.
I liked Leia and Luke way more. Luke did flips.
Do you like it because you like incest?
Yeah. I was going to say Lick is Luke.
Yeah.
So
they made out.
Anybody that kissed the guy that did the flips,
Yeah.
I'm pretty into. And she's the only one because later on, the only action he's getting is second base with that alien while he gets that milk.
Oh my God. Do you, on Reddit, do you like combined GIFs?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just had one pop in my head and it's, Princess Leia and Luke kissing and like they find out and they're like, oh God.
Yeah.
And then I was just picturing that, Joe Dirt thing when they think that they're brother and sister and they're banging.
Oh yeah.
And they find out that they're not. And he's going, you're my sister. You're my sister. I want to combine.
Is that movie funny?
I don't know if it holds up. I watched it when I watched like when it came out and I used to love it.
Me too. I thought it was so funny.
Apparently the second one is unwatchable.
I'm sure it is.
It's like Zoolander 2.
It's Joe
Zoolander
Dirt.
2 was horrible.
Yeah.
It's a terrible movie.
The first Zoolander isn't really, I don't think it's that funny.
Oh, I loved it. I still kind of like it.
I've watched it recently.
I still love it.
I watched it recently and I just
funny.
didn't think it was that funny.
You don't like Mugatu?
No, I meant like, I thought it was like fucking incredibly hilarious when I was a kid.
Oh, okay. So it just
like,
didn't live up to that expectation of being that funny.
No, a lot of them don't from when you're a kid.
Sucks.
You know what? The ones that do are the ones that you don't really think are going to. Like, I remember when I was a little kid, my mom used to show me this movie that I was like, what is it? It's a fish called Wanda.
Oh,
and like, I thought it was hilarious, and I was like, but nobody knows this movie.
I still haven't seen it.
Dude, it's fucking insane. It won best adapted screenplay. I remember John Cleese just starts listing, like he lists like all these random people to thank. He thanks God, like he thanks like every like person he knows.
Oh yeah, I think you made me watch that acceptance speech before.
Yeah, and he just starts making up people that he's like somebody from Chiswick, somebody from Brixton, he's just like listing all these random people. Yeah. He's like, and of course, God. Dude, he cracks me up.
Yeah. One movie that still holds up, I mean, it's got to be Holy Grail. If we're talking John Cleese.
Dude, that stuff
Holy Grail is still one of the funniest movies of all time.
I feel like those movies are
Same with Life of Brian.
I think Meaning of Life, too. I love Meaning of Life.
Those are all on Netflix right now.
Meaning of Life, I don't think is, or is it?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I think a lot of Monty Python shit is though.
I think Flying Circuses now for something completely different.
Holy Grail's on there.
Holy
Life
Grail,
of Brian's
Brian
on
are. But those movies, I think like if I had to pick something like to quintessentially just like if somebody's like show me like your type of comedy, I probably would send them either that or Spinal Tap.
I was trying to think of like because I went to a movie last night. I saw Vice again. And I was trying to think of like what my top 5 favorite movies are, or favorite comedies.
Well,
yeah,
it's a hard list.
What We Do in the Shadows.
Yes.
Holy Grail.
Oh, What We Do in the Shadows. Yeah.
Fuck. Now I can't remember them. Oh, Blazing Saddles.
Blazing Saddles. That's great.
Those are like my 3 like big standouts.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe like
Hangover.
No. Hangover doesn't hold up like after like multiple watch throughs, I don't think.
Oh, I think it does.
But a movie that like does would be probably like Anchorman 1.
Anchorman, yeah.
I was like that. Here's an interchangeable one. It could be Anchorman 1, Talladega Nights, or Step Brothers.
I've never seen Step Brothers.
Oh, it's really funny.
I know. Everybody says it is.
It's terrific.
Talladega Nights is pretty funny. It doesn't hold up nearly as well as Anchorman, I don't think, because Anchorman is just so ludicrous.
Yeah. Ooh, maybe Borat. I haven't seen it in a while.
Yeah.
You know what's really funny as like a fun like party movie that has never gotten old?
What?
Jackass 1. The first Jackass is amazing still. You know they get real silly towards the end.
I was going to say, because it gets...
I almost threw up after like 2.5. That's the one where they have Preston Lacey, the big fat guy.
Yeah.
And they have him on like a treadmill in like a sweatsuit.
Oh, yeah.
And Steve-O drinks his sweat. Oh. And it's the grossest thing that anyone's ever done.
Dude, I also get sad when I watch the first one because Ryan.
Ryan Dunn.
Yeah. It's just like.
Look at all high and mighty.
I do. It just bugs me. He was like my favorite because he did my favorite bit where he put that race car in his ass. And the doctor's just showing him the X-ray.
He's like, I don't know how it got up there.
He acts it perfectly. He's also the dude that when they went in that Home Depot and he took a shit in that toilet. Which are my 2 favorite bits of that whole thing.
One of my favorite bits too is when Johnny Knoxville takes the rental car to a destruction derby.
Those were
he does that. And he's like, yeah, I hit a dog.
Oh yeah, or when
he's like, you guys are covering this, right? Like, no.
Who's it? Him?
It's like, I got insurance.
Him and Bam were the ones that put on the old people makeup and just flew down those hills in motor scooters.
No, it was Knoxville and wasn't it Spike Jonze?
Oh, was it?
I think it might have been
Spike. Who?
Spike Jonze or Jones.
Oh yeah, dang yeah,
like the director.
Yeah, I was
a famous director now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, one of my favorite movies. Her.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Still haven't seen it.
Very very good. Let's wrap up.
Let's wrap up.
I was gonna say let's wrap up real quick with best movie of 2018.
Ooh. Shit. That's a hard one.
Yeah.
Best movie of 2018. Yes. I might go with Vice.
Vice. Okay.
Vice is
I haven't seen it, so I can't say.
It's an amazing movie. It's a really inventive way to tell a story.
It looks great. Yeah.
Yeah. Christian Bale is phenomenal.
Yeah. I need to see that.
Dude, like he is like Dick Cheney. He's the same person.
Then
he looks identical to him too.
And it's just like, it's uncanny that dude will lose weight or gain weight for whatever.
Yeah. Sam Rockwell's a great George W.
Yeah.
I don't know Donald Rumsfeld, but Steve Carell's really fun.
Yeah, he's great.
Steve Carell, he probably gets the biggest laugh out of that entire movie. Because there's this scene where he goes, Dick Cheney goes, "What do we believe?" And he goes, "What do we believe?" And then he just starts laughing at him, but he does that that like Michael Scott laugh when like he starts like losing his breath, and he's like, like, he starts like losing it, and he just like starts laughing, and he just slams the door in his face, and he keeps laughing, and he just goes, "Oh shit!" And it gets a giant laugh. Both times I've seen it, like full uproarious laughter. There's also a full Shakespearean scene where they do like a whole like 2-minute scene just in like old Shakespeare.
Dude, it is. I love that you just yelled "oh shit" in my apartment, and it's 12:30 at night. My neighbors are probably like, "Fuck these guys." Oh, that's amazing. Yeah. No, dude, Vice. I need to watch.
Loud. Yeah, you really need to go see it. You were supposed to come last night, and you fucking bailed.
I feel like I made the right call.
Yeah, we had to sit in the front row. It's pretty rough.
I was gonna say, I think mine might be Black Klansman.
I still haven't seen it.
It's so good.
I know.
Maybe Sorry to Bother You too. Those are both.
I know. I want to see both of them.
Also,
Boots Riley and Spike Lee.
Yep.
Boots Riley's first movie, apparently.
Fuck off, Boots Riley.
Apparently,
just
of course it's first.
Again, like just make a bad one first.
Dude, with a name like Boots Riley, your first one out of the gate's got to be a fucking great movie.
Of course, it was going to be.
Yeah.
Maybe that though, from like a nerd perspective, though, Infinity War was pretty awesome.
Oh yeah, Infinity War was great.
That was like because that's such like an impressive feat from all the movies they've done to get to that point and tell it the right way. Still,
because that was the 19th movie,
20th.
Yeah,
No. Sorry, Ant-Man was the 20th. I think you're right. I think it was 19th.
Ant-Man was okay.
Like it. Yeah,
dude, did you watch that? Really quickly, do we want to talk about the Far From Home trailer?
Oh yeah, we could do that.
You watched it?
Yeah. What'd you think?
I'm very excited for it.
I like
it. Looks like so much fun.
Jake Gyllenhaal as Mysterio.
Yeah, so he's not a bad guy.
I think in this one they're making him start as a good guy.
I thought he was supposed to be a bad guy.
Mysterio's a villain, yeah.
Oh, okay. But in this one, like he's helping.
It looks that way, yeah.
And then it'll probably end with a twist of him turning on him.
It's the same way as have you seen Mission Impossible Fallout?
I don't think so. I think the last one that's the newest one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
it's incredible.
I've seen everyone except that one.
They're all great.
We talked about that one in another podcast.
We did?
Talk about Mission Impossible, yeah.
Did we?
Yeah, because we were talking about Henry Cavill.
Oh, well, we talked about the mustache.
Yeah, we were talking about the mustache fiasco.
Well, that's what I was going to say is all the marketing billed him as like a accomplice of Tom Cruise, like of Ethan Hunt. And
I really hope the mic picked that fucking disgusting guttural noise that just came out of your mouth.
I'm sure it did. I couldn't control it.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. But we all knew that he was playing the villain. And
I just assumed that he was from the trailer.
I feel like
you see them fight each other.
You see them fight together.
No,
they fight that
in that bathroom. They're fighting.
Well, they're fighting each other, but no, they're not fighting each other in that bathroom. Though. They're fighting that dude when Henry Cavill punches through a wall and he like reloads his fists.
I thought he was punching. What's his face?
No, they're not fighting each other.
Ethan Hunt.
No,
that's a really weak name. Ethan Hunt.
I don't know. I feel like all the spy names. The only cool one is James Bond.
Yeah,
Jason Bourne.
Yeah, I guess they are like one syllable names.
Ethan Hunt. Yeah. James Bond.
Maybe I just don't like the name Ethan for a spy.
Ethan?
Yeah.
Is there a reason for that?
No, but I mean, it'd be like...
Because there can be.
I mean, it'd be like having a fucking... Oh, Jesus Christ. I want to punch you so hard.
Do you have people call him Cranberry?
Yeah,
he calls himself that.
It's the worst. He's the worst person.
It'd be like his cabaret name.
My name's Ethan Cranberry.
No, I'm Cranberry.
Oh, yeah. If he wants to sing La Vie en Rose,
I want him to. Just like a skimpy little outfit.
Jesus Christ, we gotta wrap this bitch up.
It's my dark fantasy.
It is 12:30.
Oh boy! All right,
tuckered out. Even though I'm going to go home and play Black Ops for a little bit. Probably.
You're insane. I mean, I'll probably play a little bit of Madden.
I've been going to bed at 4 every single night.
How are you going to...
I went to bed at 5 once this week.
How are you going to get a job?
Change my sleep schedule? Yeah. Once I get the job, now I'm just living life, dog.
I was going to say, you've had this sleep schedule for too long. You've missed auditions. I've
missed auditions once.
You missed 2 of them.
I did. Oh, 2 people, yeah.
Yeah. So 2 auditions.
Well,
an hour apart.
Yeah. It was a rough day.
Nah. You just didn't wake up.
Just really sleep.
Yeah.
I was a tuckered out.
Just really sleepy.
I was a tuckered out boy.
That's the excuse you should use at work. They're like, why are you late? I was really sleepy.
Showing up at 2 p.m. Supposed to be there at 9.
That's the best excuse I've ever heard. I was really sleepy.
I was tired. Fucking slept in.
Sleepy makes it sound so much more innocuous. Tired sounds like you could be like have done something important that made you tired.
Yeah.
Sleepy makes it sound like you were just curled up.
I was curled up like a little ball.
I was sleepy.
It's like my girlfriend got up at like 9 o'clock to work today, and she works from home.
Yeah.
And I slept till 2 p.m. And she's moving around, she's hanging out.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
She came in and like laid back down in bed for a little bit.
Having shared a house with you for 2 weeks, you are a heavy sleeper.
Yeah. I literally don't wake up to anything.
I'm a light sleeper. I was up before you guys most of the time. Like
I don't wake up to anything.
Yeah. No,
unless I just wake up.
I remember one time we passed out on your couch at your mom's house in the basement. It happened a few times.
Yeah.
But your mom like came down and started talking to us after like 2 hours of sleep. And she just like was talking like an inch from your ear and you were still asleep. And she was talking like loud and you were just nothing.
Yeah.
Until she finally like shook you.
I'm a heavy sleeper.
I mean, a level of heavy I didn't know existed.
Dude, my alarm is the loudest thing I've ever heard.
Really?
And when I'm awake, it is painful to listen to.
Yeah.
When I'm asleep, I don't even hear it.
Dude, I don't know. Yeah. I mean, I shouldn't say that. I snore really bad, so I can...
Yeah. It's also the second I wake up, I cannot go back to bed. Well, I take that back. It depends.
I was going to say, you don't sleep till 2 and not know how to go back to bed.
Yeah. But like once like I'm up, I'm up.
Have you ever done that thing, especially if you were like homesick or something, because it's rare when you get to be our age that you have like those times where you're just like in bed all day. But like when you're like a kid and you would get up, you'd wake up, you'd get up, you would eat, and then just get back in bed.
Oh, it's the dream.
Not eat in bed. There's kind of that. It's like you feel a little bit better because you sat down and ate something and then went back into bed.
Oh, Brandy and I do that on the weekends sometimes.
That sounds great. I don't do that very often.
Dude, that used to be the go-to Game of Thrones watching.
Yeah.
Sunday night, you'd go out, we'd get Chinese food, come back to the house, get back into bed to watch it, and eat Chinese food in bed.
It's
heavenly.
That's like an amazing, like that's perfect.
Yeah, that's great.
That's great. You can't top that.
Okay.
Speaking of Game of Thrones, that's what we should do next episode.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, let's do Game of Thrones.
All right.
Yeah, we're rewatching season 7 right now.
I'm about to start.
Are you?
I'm gonna finish up The Bodyguard and then watch that.
There's somebody released a calendar that if you started on Monday, you could watch one episode a day.
Yeah.
And you would like start from season 1 and you would finish like on the day when the new season came out.
Oh, that might be fun.
Rewatch the whole thing.
Oh, I don't know if I have it in me.
I've seen season 1 like 6 times.
Really?
And I was like, I cannot watch it again.
Oh man, that's a lot.
Yeah, I've seen it a lot.
Does that show hold up in 6 watches though?
Oh yeah.
I should say like you've seen in season 1 6 times since it's come out, but you probably haven't seen every other season 6 times.
I've seen every other season like at least 3.
See, that I could probably
3, 4.
But I don't think I could dude, I can literally watch the entirety of The Office and then start The Office again.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think Game of Thrones is like that kind of rewatchability. That's not the kind of show it is, but.
Yeah. Well, Game of Thrones is so good because you always have those.
Reveal.
So Game of Thrones, like those first watch throughs, you get like the big shocks that come like when Littlefinger is. Or like when Ned Stark like gets killed.
Out for 2 years almost. If they haven't seen it, Littlefinger is killed.
No, that was in season 7.
Yeah,
That's in the last season. Oh yeah, it was 2 years ago. Fuck.
Yeah. Fuck them if they haven't seen it.
I was just only going to reference season 1 stuff because that's been out for 8 years.
It's been out for 2 years though.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, if you haven't watched an episode and within like 2 weeks, you should go fuck yourself if you're worried about spoilers. It's your fault at that point.
Well,
You haven't had an hour to watch whatever episode it is you don't want to see.
well,
Okay, what's the limit on spoilers?
6 minutes. Just completely pivot and lean into it.
Oh,
No, never mind. There's no such thing.
You literally would be like, Game of Thrones is on at 9. I get off at 10. Well, you better have watched the episode.
There's fucking dickheads that do that on.
Oh, yeah.
With HBO Go because like the episode comes out at 9 o'clock on TV.
Yeah.
It also comes out at 9 o'clock on HBO Go.
Yeah.
And you could just turn it on and then scroll to the fucking end and watch the ending and spoil it for everybody.
Somebody did that when I picked up my copy of Half-Blood Prince. Somebody flipped to the back of Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince and said
you
Dumbledore
said that.
dies.
Oh, what a dick.
Yeah.
That's a real piece of shit move from somebody.
It was like this 18-year-old kid.
Random kid.
20-year-old kid.
Just at the bookstore?
Yeah, he thought it was fucking hilarious.
Of course he did, but because of fucking bitch.
He was wearing those like trip pants, those really wide, baggy goth pants with like the buckles and stuff all over.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, let's end this.
Yeah, let's wrap this up. It is late. I got to go drive home.
All right. Goodbye.
Till next time.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Okay, jeez, I'm going to kill myself.
Yeah, what's happening? Goodbye.
Toodles.